Ahoy, fellow seafarers! Welcome back to the Cruise Ship Safety and Security channel, where we tackle the ocean's most essential topics. Like what happens when your ship decides it's had enough of floating. That's right, today we're talking about life rafts and lifeboats. Your last best hope when everything goes horribly wrong at sea. Whether it's a rogue wave, a Titanic-style mishap, or just really bad luck when your ship is going down, a life raft or a lifeboat is your floating ticket to survival. But how do these emergency vessels actually work? What's inside them? And what happens when things go less than ideal? Life-saving vessels have been around for centuries, but they weren't always the high-tech survival pods we have today. The concept of lifeboats dates back to ancient times when shipwrecked sailors would cling to wooden debris or build crude rafts. But dedicated lifeboats and life rafts as we know them only came about in the 19th and 20th centuries. The first lifeboats were made of wood and resembled oversized rowboats. They worked well, if you could actually get to them in time. But in the early 20th century, after maritime disasters like the Titanic tragedy revealed major flaws in emergency preparedness, laws changed, and more lifeboats became mandatory on ships. Meanwhile, life rafts were being developed for emergency situations where lifeboats weren't accessible or practical. Fast forward to World War II, when inflatable life rafts truly came into their own. Soldiers needed lightweight, deployable rafts that could be packed into aircraft and ships. These rafts saved countless lives and became the blueprint for modern survival rafts. So what's inside these? Well, let's take a look. In a standard life raft, you'll find rations. These aren't gourmet, but they'll keep you alive. Water pouches, because drinking seawater is a bad idea. A first aid kit, because shipwrecks can be hazardous. Flares and signaling devices, so you don't spend eternity floating aimlessly. A sea anchor helps keep you from drifting into a shipping lane or shark-infested waters. A bailer and sponge, because rafts love to collect water. A fishing kit, because why not catch dinner while you wait for rescue? Meanwhile, lifeboats, being larger and more stable, often come with extra supplies, including oars or a small motor for maneuvering, a canopy for protection against the elements, extra water supplies and emergency blankets, a radio or distress beacon for communication, and additional flotation devices in case you have to abandon ship again. So, which one is better? Well, it depends. Lifeboats are bigger, sturdier, and can take you farther, but life rafts are faster to deploy in a crisis and can be stowed in smaller spaces. Ideally, you want access to both. In 1942, Poon Lim, a Chinese sailor, survived 133 days adrift in the Atlantic after his ship was torpedoed. He collected rainwater, caught fish with his bare hands, and even fended off sharks. Then there's the incredible story of the crew of the Trimaran Rose Noel, who drifted for 119 days in the Pacific in an overturned life raft. These stories remind us why lifeboats and life rafts are so essential, and why knowing how to use them properly can be the difference between life and, well, feeding the fish. But what about sizes and capacities? Let's talk numbers. Life rafts come in various sizes, typically designed to hold between 4 and 50 people. The smallest ones are used for personal or small vessel emergencies, while larger commercial life rafts can accommodate entire crews. Lifeboats, on the other hand, are bigger and more structured. They range from 20-person open boats to massive enclosed lifeboats capable of holding 300-plus people. Modern lifeboats are often enclosed, self-righting, and can withstand extreme conditions at sea. Now let's talk about maintaining life rafts. Just like lifeboats, life rafts require regular checks and proper care. We'll go over the key maintenance steps, including inspecting for damage, ensuring the inflation system is functional, and storing the raft correctly to prevent wear and tear. First, inspect the life raft for any visible damage. Look for punctures, tears, or any signs of wear that could compromise its integrity. The inflation system is critical. Make sure it is in perfect working order. This includes checking the gas cylinders and ensuring that the valves and seals are not leaking. Next, clean the life raft regularly. Salt water and marine debris can cause significant damage over time. Rinse the raft with fresh water and let it dry completely before storage. This prevents mold and mildew, which can weaken the material. Proper storage is essential to prolong the life of your life raft. Keep it in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight to avoid UV damage. If possible, store it in a protective case to shield it from dust and pests. By following these maintenance steps, you ensure that your life raft remains in optimal condition and ready for any emergency. Remember, a well-maintained life raft can be a lifesaver when it matters most. Now, let's see how to deploy a life raft correctly in an emergency situation. It's crucial to know the proper steps to ensure a safe and efficient deployment. First, locate the life raft container. It's usually placed in an easily accessible spot on the vessel. Make sure everyone on board is aware of its location. Next, release the securing straps and remove the container lid. This might require a bit of force, so be prepared. Once the container is open, take hold of the painter line and give it a strong, steady pull. This action will inflate the life raft automatically. As the raft inflates, hold on to the painter line to prevent it from drifting away. Once fully inflated, help your fellow passengers into the life raft, ensuring everyone boards safely. Remember to bring the emergency kit and any essential supplies with you. Finally, cut the painter line to detach the life raft from the sinking vessel. Stay calm and follow these steps to maximize your chances of survival in an emergency. Practice makes perfect, so consider conducting regular drills to keep your skills sharp. Don't let this seagull be the only one judging. Like, subscribe and share for more adventures at sea.